Hello everyone, it's the Knitty Professor back at you with a knitting video, and today we are going to talk about the Horehound Henley pattern, which I got in Ravelry. I'm sorry, I got it in Interweave, but it is in Ravelry. So this is a picture of the original, and I remember specifically getting some yarn for this project in Kansas City when I was on a choir trip with my daughter, and then took me a while to get to it because I was knitting other sweaters, and then I kind of forgot what I'd even picked out. Well, I remembered some of it, but in the meantime, I purchased this yarn, which obviously is a Noro. Now, let me give you the lowdown on this yarn. It is, well, it's an Aran weight yarn. So you get, for 200 grams, you get 400 meters. And a lot of times for me, that's an indication of the weight and how far it'll go. And the color, I was caught not giving the color on another occasion. Let me see if I can find it. It says color 32, lot A. Now the question is, what's color 32? On the front of this tag, it says Kamisu. Of course, it's backwards, but that's what it says. 32 Kamisu. Now, what I love about this color is there's a lot of purple in it. And as you can see, I have a whole skein left over, so I must have gone a little bit overboard when I bought it. Let's look at this pattern. I'll just give you a few details. Now, it's knit from the bottom up, and you start with ribbing and the, let's see here, I'll just read this really quickly. The hem cuffs, offset button placket, and neck are worked in fisherman's rib. Now, I'm going to be honest, I think I just used regular ribbing on that. The body and sleeves are stockinette, which made it a really fun knit because once I got past the ribbing, it was just going round and round with this gorgeous yarn. Sleeve stitches are picked up around the armhole, and the sleeves are knitted top down in the round. It says the difficulty level is intermediate. It says yarn weight 4, which is worsted. This is just going to be a little bit heavier, so I had to sort of carefully. I think I tend to use entire knitting projects as swatches. So I think I figured out how many stitches I needed to cast on based on a previous sweater I had knit with Noro. So the recommended yarn here is Tacky Yarns Donegal Tweed, and it's 100% wool. But I'm really happy. You know, this is a great boyfriend sweater, masculine look, but I kind of prefer my look, so just kind of give you a bit more of a view of the whole thing. While Budapest peers at the camera, she is very interested whenever I show off my knitting. And sorry about the noise. So you can tell my placket is a little bit offset, which I think is kind of fun. And look at those buttons. I picked Scotty's. One of the things that's fun about doing a cardigan or a Henley or something like that is you can have a little bit of fun with the buttons. And I had to learn how to make buttonholes on my sweater. So that was cool. Now this, I struggled. I was trying to find the contrast yarn that I used. Obviously, it's kind of unusual, right, to pick something that is light for the cuffs and then a darker yarn for the body, but I think it really works. I think it's just kind of fun, you know. It's like, whoa, that's unexpected. This is actually an alpaca blend yarn. In fact, for all I know, it's all alpaca. To be honest, I forgot. I kind of finished this a year ago, but let me give you a little close-up of the sleeves here, and you can see how they are, the stitches are picked up from the body and then added on, and then the shoulder seam is kind of a Kitchener stitch. Let me kind of get at this. You can tell there's a seam there, but it turned out really well. I mean, it's really not evident at all, especially when you're wearing it. I think I did a nice job with that. So construction, like I say, is bottom up. Now, when you get to the placket, you're going to stop knitting in the round. And from then on, you're knitting back and forth stockinette stitch. So you've got the two sides, and then you have the back. And that procedure yields the armholes that you then pick up to add the sleeves, and then the sleeves, as I just read, are knit down. So I really love how this yarn pools. The striping, of course, is going to be a little bit different. Striping is a little bit more frequent, alterations on the body because the rows are longer. But then the sleeves, you get just a little bit broader striping going on. The stripes are a little bit thicker. And I think the way it kind of goes together is fun. So you've got just this dual take on the color variations in the Noro yarn. And that's one of the beauties of Noro, is the way that you can play with the pooling, and by changing up, whether you're knitting something that's narrow like a scarf or something that's really wide like a sweater, you can just get all kinds of different variations. Now, what with this whole skein left over, I almost tempting to do like a vest. I could do a scarf, and a hat. There are a lot of directions that I could go. Another thing that I think is kind of fun, so I'll unbutton my Scotty dogs here, and you can see how I chose to make the placket contrast when it's open, and then when it's closed, it looks a little bit like a crew neck, except here we have this, going perpendicularly instead of vertically, with the way the stripes are working out with the ribbing, and also just the way that the knitting is facing. So I really enjoyed knitting this because it was a good combination of both simple bottom-up stockinette stitch, just have fun doing the whole base of the torso, and then once you got to the top, even though we're kind of going back and forth with the stockinette up here, still the striping just worked out great. I think it's not like you notice that there's a significant change at some point. I credit the yarn with that also. So the back is just this wall of gorgeous wool stripes. And the texture of this sweater is incredible. It's quite warm, but I know some people find this kind of wool scratchy. I'm not one of those people, so I feel really blessed that I can wear this over a t-shirt. I just wear it over a t-shirt and don't have any problems with it. In fact, today I wore an Icelandic sweater. It was knit with brown sheep, the kind that has the mohair mixed in, and I didn't have any problem wearing that with a t-shirt, which was good because it was like 40 degrees out, but it was also sunny. So in any case, I don't know that there's a whole lot more to say about this pattern, except that it is available in Ravelry, and it is, let me see here, $7.50, so $7.50. Intermediate level, I recommend it. It was a lot of fun to knit. It's one of those sweaters where you can just have fun picking the yarn, or if you want, you could do stripes. You could, change out the yarns every few inches or something like that. Needle size 8, circular. You know me, though, I tend to treat my circulars as double pointed needles, so I had to have 3 of those. Yeah, I think that gives you the basics. If you have any questions about this sweater, feel free to let me know. It was a lot of fun to knit. If you have experience with this sweater, I'd be curious about that too. Oh, one more thing. I want to tell you who is the author of the pattern. It's Emily Ringelman. So I will credit her in the title of my video. Emily Ringelman made this pattern for Interweave magazine a few years back, 2019, 5 years back. And I highly recommend it. So thanks for listening. Y'all have a great day. Talk soon. Bye.